What's up, peeps? It's the kid L.R.Player here. We back, and this is the one. This is the for show episode, a must-watch episode that you want to sit down, grab your popcorn, get your rice cakes, get your smoothies. Today, today I have my sister. She hails from Canada. We basically kind of like grew up in this sport together through Instagram, and we kind of watch each other grow as an athlete and grow as a person. Um, you know what? I'm just not gonna waste too much time on the intro. So let me introduce my sis, Mona Skips. Mona Skips.
What's up? Finally.
Yeah,
Finally.
this the
We're
must
doing
watch. How you feeling this morning, sis?
good. I got my iced coffee like I was showing you. This is my first meeting of the day, so I got all my energy saved up for you.
Oh wow. Woo. So so I want to talk about jump rope origins, but if anybody has watched your podcast episode with Kathy on your YouTube channel, they kind of explain a lot of that, like how you got started. But you want to do like a short version of
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, for sure. So, long story short, similar to a lot of other people in the jump rope community, COVID came along, gyms were closed. I was kind of fat, to be honest, and I remembered I had a jump rope, the quarter pound cross rope. I had it like somewhere. Like I bought it like forever ago, and just one day I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that jump rope. Like let me try it." So I dug it out. I tried it. I remember I couldn't skip for more than like 2 minutes. I was like, "Holy crap! This is my knees were hurting, my feet were hurting, everything was hurting." And then I just kept going like every day. And I remember after like a couple weeks, I was like, I just had this feeling that it was something I should pursue. I didn't know why. I just felt like, okay, I should keep going with this. It was just like this inner feeling that I had. So yeah, it kind of all started from the jump rope dudes. I was just like doing all of their workouts on YouTube. Then all of a sudden I come across this Rush Athletics guy and I was like, wait, no offense to the jump rope dudes, but he's like really I was like, he's like really good. Like I was seeing him doing all these double unders and stuff, and I've never done one before. I was like, that's crazy. So I started following both of them, and then yeah, I made my account in July of 2020. July of 2020. And what's funny is the jump rope dudes had this contest, and they were like, submit a video on your top 5 jump rope tips for women. Keep in mind, I've only been jumping for like a month, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna submit a video. I had no
Right.
idea what tips to give anybody. So I put together this video, I submitted it. Then I get this email from this girl, Kathy, and she was like, hey, Mona, your video was awesome. Like, you didn't win, but like, it was like such a cool video. Like, you should definitely start posting on like Instagram and stuff. And I was like, posting on Instagram? Like, what are you talking about? And then I found her account. At the time, she had 3,000 followers, and I was like, holy crap, she's freaking famous. Like, this is crazy.
You're right.
And then I was watching all her videos, and I was like, I can't do any of that. Like, why would I make an account? Like, I remember seeing her do releases and stuff, and I was like, I've never seen anyone do anything like that. So she was the very first person I found on Instagram. And then what a lot of people also don't know is I found Jimmy like a couple months before that on TikTok, and Jimmy was like popping off on TikTok at the time.
Right.
And that was like right around the time I started jumping rope. And one of my brothers actually sent me one of Jimmy's TikToks and was like, holy crap. Like, have you seen this guy? I was like, yeah, I don't even know like what he's doing. Like, is that even jump rope? Like, I don't even know what's going on. So shout out to Jimmy and Kathy. They were the first 2 accounts I found. And then, yeah, I followed Kathy. I remember I found like you and Tona and like the core group of people like right away. And that's kind of how it all started. The rest is history.
That's crazy because the similarity with your story is, and a lot of people don't know, and I want to get Kathy on one day, is with me, Kathy was administrator on his Facebook group for jump rope dudes.
Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot you told me that.
Yeah, so and that was kind of how my first introduction with her. So she used to manage this Facebook group, and everything you see now, she was doing it on this Facebook group,
That's
and like,
crazy.
and it was crazy because that's the first time I met her, and then I accidentally hit a button on Facebook, and and started Instagram, and I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't want to delete it, but I didn't know what to do with it.
That's hilarious.
And then like when it comes to Rush Athletics in his YouTube videos, he had the hashtag money rope, and like I didn't know nothing about hashtag or nothing like that, so
Yeah.
I kind of like put it in the search bar, and like after that, like this whole world just opened up to
Oh
me.
yeah.
So, but that's crazy that yeah, Kathy was like a part of my start of
Shout
my
out to
jump rope.
Kathy.
Shout out
Shout
to
out to
Kathy Jumps.
Kathy. Yeah, that's a good story too. That's funny.
So let's talk about your transformation, because you said that you was I don't like to say the impolite word,
Yeah,
but
no, no.
anyway,
I had some
uh
weight to lose. I had some weight to lose.
yeah. So how was that like? Um.
Honestly, it's crazy because I like tried to lose weight in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been like super like overweight, or I just always had like an extra like 30 pounds, and I just had no idea how to lose it. I looking back, I thought I was like healthy, but I used to eat so bad. Like I was
Mm-hmm.
crushing pizza and ice cream and chips and all the good stuff. So I remember when I started jumping, it wasn't even like subconsciously I was like, yeah, it'd be nice to lose weight, but I kind of was just trying to get active, and then honestly the fat was just like melting off me. And it's because I was jumping like almost every day for like an hour and a half. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was even before I dialed in with my nutrition. So I lost like 35 pounds just from jump rope. Like I wasn't even really worried too much about what I was eating. And then
Mm-hmm.
after that, that's when I really got into nutrition. So like late 2020 was when I started. I had no idea what macros were. I had no idea what calories even were. I had no idea about anything. So I worked kind of really hard to like educate myself on like all of that. And then that's when I got like super into like the gym, and kind of everything followed after that.
Right. Right. Um. I also, and I normally tell people like you are like the conqueror of challenges. Like you have went through like
I
three
have
75 hards. You have
I have
what I want to
issues.
say. Don't we all? Yeah, let's talk about like the mindset and the mental strength like
Yeah.
you had developed to go through those hard challenges for yourself.
Yeah, honestly, like I always tell people, like if there's one thing I could recommend, it would be 75 hard. And I know people think it's very extreme, but
Mm-hmm.
I guess it kind of could be considered that. But a lot of the days, like my outdoor 45-minute workout was just a walk. So a lot of the days you're just walking and then like also hitting the gym. So it's not as like crazy as people might think. But yeah, I remember I just like there was a couple guys I was following on TikTok that were doing it, and I was like, whoa, like this is wild. And that's when I was really getting like addicted to the gym and nutrition and stuff. And I was like, you know what, let me just try it. Like spontaneously, like overnight I made the decision, and then I did it, and I really was like a different person by the end of like that first round. I was like, holy crap, like you realize like what you're actually capable of, because it's so easy to think like you can't do this or can't do that. But working out twice a day for 75 days, never cheating on your diet, like reading 10 pages a day, all of these things, it's like you realize how much time you were wasting before.
All right.
You know what I mean? That was like the biggest kind of takeaway I had from it. But yeah, after that, I feel like I just kind of became an animal, and I had like a really good like 2 year streak where I was killing everything until like my health issues kind of
Right.
came up. But 75 hard, that has like a special place in my heart. I'm planning on starting again soon in like a few weeks.
Sorry for the facial expression. So
you
um
you guys shouldn't be surprised by this
I
point.
know. I know. So you was talking about you didn't know nothing about nutrition and now you start learning about nutrition, learn about macros. Now, because some of your health issues that you currently going through, you done switch from what you usually do or what you used to do to the carnivore
Yeah,
diet.
yeah,
Um, and you have multiple content on your YouTube channel about the carnivore diet, but explain like some of the changes and some of the benefits that you experience from the carnivore diet.
Oh, it's crazy. I mean, for like basically 2 years, I was eating like your typical bodybuilder diet, like low calorie, low sugar, high protein. I didn't care about the ingredients at all. And honestly, it got me absolutely shredded, but it made my acne like the worst it's ever been. And like, I remember just being like, okay, something has to be wrong with like the way that I'm eating. You know what I mean? Like, I was really struggling with like my acne and like some of my other health issues. And then randomly I just found like a couple of carnivore accounts. This was almost, yeah, June of 2022. So I just hit like my 1 year mark on carnivore. And I found this diet and I was like, that's crazy. Like, that can't be good for you.
Right.
So like, no vegetables. It's like everything you've ever been taught, you flip it around. It's like the exact opposite. So I was like, you know what? Things can't get worse. Let me just give it a try. I started it, and after like even just a month, my skin was clearing up like crazy, and I was like, all right, there's something to this. And I had a lot of like digestive issues, like constipation, like little things like that, constant bloating. All of it just went away, and then I would try to go back to the way I was eating before, and all the issues would come back. I would break out like crazy, all my stomach issues. So then, basically, for the last year, it's just been a bunch of trial and error. Um, I used to feel really bad for myself, to be honest, because I was like, this sucks. You know, I can't eat food that like normal people can eat, blah, blah, blah. But now, like, I love it. Like, I literally eat 5 different things. It makes life really easy. I
Mm-hmm.
feel great. And there's been so many benefits. Like, it's crazy. I could give you like 20 or 30 different benefits just off the top of my head.
So, people, if you're listening, if you want to know about the benefits from her experience, you got to check out her YouTube channel. I'm gonna leave a link to her YouTube channel so y'all can peep that out. Um, so growing up as an athlete, a jump rope athlete, through Instagram. So now we're kind of going back in time. Do you remember like when we used to like have a strong like 30-second flow on Instagram, and it
Oh,
used to be
man.
like that was like almost like the test of endurance and
Yes.
stamina and all that. Like I missed it.
I miss that. I love that you brought that up. Yeah. Man, sometimes I think about like the times before Reels started, and it's
You right,
like that content was the best because yeah, it was like at that time it was impressive if you could do like a 30-second freestyle like double under run, or like 40 seconds was like really pushing it, you know. Now it's
right.
like now it's like who can do the coolest stuff in 6 seconds? I'm like, I can't do that. Like, that's too hard, you know, with how everything is now. So yeah, man, those were good times. I miss that.
Yeah, and also I miss like, especially like the 2019, 2020, maybe 2021, that like a lot of us was going Instagram live and we was doing like
Oh,
virtual meetups. It was like almost like a lot of us was starstruck when we see
yeah, yeah,
most of
yeah.
our favorite athletes getting on Instagram
So
live.
true.
Oh,
Man,
that was the days.
we used to do lives a lot. I swear I was going live like once a week. Now I'm like, I can't remember the last time I went live.
Ooh, when the last time I
You
went
cuz
live?
you were doing a lot too. Like, you and I both started kind of doing a lot of lives around the same time, and we did a couple together.
Right. I remember the first time you unlocked the switch cross.
I remember.
You made me a proud coach.
Yeah, you and Tona finally got me to do it.
And it's crazy because like after that, your gang. I mean, your gang was already there, but it just like switch cross.
I don't
So
know
like,
why. Yeah.
so let's talk about that. Like how could to me personally, that switch cross move you unlock kind of opened up like the whole other creative side of you. Like talk
I,
about that feeling if you can.
yeah, I'm curious to hear if like you feel the same way as well about a specific move, because it's exactly what you just said. I don't know why, but I unlocked that move and I was just freaking obsessed. I was like, just thought it was the coolest thing ever. And then when I got the double under switch cross, I was like, oh no, like this is
Yeah,
crazy.
that is crazy.
And I think it's because at the time it was only like maybe you and Tona, and I can't really think of anyone else that was actually able to do that move. So I think it was like super special to me because so little people were doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I want to get really, really good at it. I think I love like being unique in any type of way where like if there's like a specific move or two that I can stand out like from the crowd, like I really enjoy stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know, like that happened, and then I just kind of got way more dialed in with like my double under combos and stuff like that. It just like made my double under obsession like even more. I've been
Right.
getting that, yeah.
Oh yeah, you definitely the queen at that for sure.
I appreciate
For
that.
sure.
Sorry, is
Um,
it real loud right now? This guy just came out with his
yeah,
lawnmower.
it's all good. It's all
Okay,
good.
okay.
So I asked people in the community to ask a question to you. Um, one of them said,
Oh boy.
no, 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 it's good. And I'm gonna say the good one for last. So one of them asked, like, do you like plan a routine or plan a choreography for your combos when you do your routine, or do you just go out and just be free and just like
That's a good question. So I always base my combos around one move, which might be a little surprising. So, like for example, like you got me on that freaking consecutive EV kick,
mm-hmm,
like where you're kind of like holding it and you're doing like the two EVs. So I will literally base like a whole combo around like one or two moves. So like I'll usually plan the beginning and then I'll plan like the one move, like the EV. So for example, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna start with like a couple of bounding southpaws, go into a double under switch cross, a couple of random doubles that aren't planned. Then I'm gonna hit the EB, and then it's like once I hit that core move, I just send it. I have no plan after that. So that's usually how it works for me. So I'll never plan out like an entire combo. That really kind of like throws me off. Like
right?
makes me feel like caged in. So it's only ever like one or two moves that I kind of like plan, and then the rest is just a free for all.
That's exactly how I am.
I was
Like
just gonna say,
to the T. Like you said
really?
that to the T. Like I'm
Yeah.
always like, okay, I might want to do like a switch cross to a TS double, but anything before or after that, it's just
Yes.
like,
Yes.
oh yeah, yeah.
Man,
Well,
that's
folks.
that. Well, thanks for coming today.
Okay. Question number two is: are we ever gonna get a part two of skipping with strangers? You
Oh.
and Kennedy, if you're listening, we gotta have a part two.
Oh
It's well
man.
overdue. It's well overdue.
Man, that yeah, that makes me emotional. You know what's crazy is I was looking through like my posts and stuff the other day when I was like unarchiving some of them, and I found that, and I was like, this is emotional because that was crazy. That video was so good. That was like one of the best memories I have from like starting jump rope. So yes, I'm glad that question was asked because I've been thinking about it too. So hopefully it's coming back soon.
We gotta have it. We gotta
Yeah,
have it.
we need it. That's what I miss though, is like in-person interactions, and like I love being an online jump rope coach, but like there's a lot of struggles that come with it. Like
Mm,
although you're talking to people like this through a screen, you're physically alone like all the time. So that's something that I've been trying to kind of figure out lately, is like having more like actual human interactions, because it can like mess with you if you're just doing stuff on your laptop like all day.
Are you talking about like in your surroundings, like where you at now, like person to person?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I think I just miss like human interaction in
Right.
general. So like even like thinking about skipping with strangers and stuff like that, like going out skipping with like random people, just like little things like that, I've been definitely like reminiscing on.
You're not in a low setting town or anything like that, are you?
No, no,
Cause,
no.
Cause that's the exact problem that I have right now currently. Like there's not hardly anybody just remotely doing anything similar
Oh
to what I do.
really?
Yeah. So basically I mean I see people jump rope, but I don't know if like if they see me, they get intimidated or
Probably.
uh and I try to like slowly introduce people into it, and the famous excuses like I don't have coordination, or I can't do that, or
Yep.
yeah. So
Yep.
I try
Yeah.
not to push it.
Yeah, I definitely like I can admit I haven't like fully taken advantage of like the community here, and like a lot of people have even made like comments and stuff like that, like why don't you do more like meetups within the city and this and that, and yeah, I feel like I don't know why I have like hesitation, I guess, to do it. I feel like because it is something I want. Like I would love to form some sort of like jump rope community here. I guess never really got around to it, but I guess it's never too late.
It's
Right?
never too late. It's a slow process though. Like I'm still working on it. I'll
Yeah.
probably have to venture out more to like St. Louis or something like that, or Kansas City, more
Oh
populated
yeah.
area.
Yeah. Yeah. True. That would probably help.
So, what's one of your favorite moves to do besides switch cross? And I know you're gonna say EB, but go ahead and say the EB.
You already know the answers to all my questions. Okay, let's say besides switch cross and EV, man, honestly, I feel like I do like the same like 7 or 8 moves. It's crazy, but I really have been loving like the toad lately. That's been really fun. I mean, my favorite move of all time is just any type of like cross variation, like
Right.
double cross, open cross. Cross open has been growing on me a lot more. I used to hate that for like a long time.
Yeah, you
And then
despise that a lot.
yeah, and then mic release, like that's always one of my favorite moves for sure, and just all the different variations and stuff you can do with that. So
Hmm.
yeah.
I think Gemma, and maybe I want to say you, but Gemma for sure do got me like doing the cross or like a open cross, and then continue the cross,
Oh, I love that.
and then you kind of got me doing like maybe like the switch cross into a double cross, or the reverse order doing a double cross
Ah,
into the switch cross, which
yeah, yeah.
things like that you got to have like perfect
Oh,
tempo control for that, because you can't speed through something like that.
double cross to switch cross is like in my opinion the hardest transition because like there's such little room for error, and like if you like let up on that speed even a little bit, you're not able to like complete
Or
the
even
switch.
just come or just unlock the cross position.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So like, I mean, out of everything, like, and if you talk to any of my clients, like, I'm obsessed with transitions. That's like a huge thing that I focus on with my clients because I find like with a lot of people, like they can learn individual moves, but where people really struggle is like piecing it together. Like, okay, going switch cross to like EV, going southpaw to like side spin cross, like little things like that. I think
Mm-hmm.
people don't really know like how to transition that well. So, and I love making content on that too because that's how you like can actually have like a good flow. In my opinion, is learning how to like properly string those moves together.
Let's talk about that. Your online coaching. Like obviously I know how you got into it, but
Hmm.
you want to explain how you felt confident enough to start coaching and doing your own coaching online.
Yeah, yeah. I'm laughing because I was actually talking. So my first client that I ever had, we're actually really good friends now, and we were kind of talking about this the other day, because I started coaching. It's officially been 2 years, so I started like July of 2021. So like a year after I made my account is when I started
Mm-hmm.
coaching. I had no idea what I was doing. Like I literally just decided, yeah, I'm gonna coach, and I just posted on my story one day, like taking one-on-one clients, and then somebody actually signed up, and I remember she paid me, and I was like, oh, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
But I knew I had this passion for coaching and like helping people. I just had no experience in it whatsoever. So I remember we like had our first session, and like leading up to the call, I was like, all right, just pretend like you know what you're doing, just teach her a couple things. But honestly, it went amazing. And from there, like with each client, I just learned more and more and more. And over the last couple of years, I feel like I've really been able to like progress as a coach. Now I'm like very, very confident, where like there was a whole year where it was just trial and error, like you're also not a fit for every client. Like you really have to learn who like your avatar is, who is like fits best with you,
Mm-hmm.
because you have like responsibilities as a coach, but like it's a whole relationship you're forming, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's a two-way street. So Yeah, when I started, I had no idea what I was doing. Now it's been amazing. So for like a year and a half, I did one-on-one Zoom calls. Now I'm partnered with Linus, so like they have like an app that's provided for me, and I do like all my coaching through there. I've been doing that since January. So with that, I've been able to take on like more clients now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been really really good. But yeah, I love it.
And they can sign up with you through your website, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What's your website?
So if you go to monaskipscoaching.com, so you just fill out like this little, like takes you like 30 seconds. Like you just talk about your goals and stuff like that. And then like I get a notification when people fill that out. And then I usually text them on WhatsApp or I'll DM them on Instagram. And then we just
Mm-hmm.
like hop on a quick call, see if it's a good fit. And then yeah, go from there.
So trial and error as a coach. Now, did you seek help as to be a better coach, or did you just like learn along the way and thought about like, okay, maybe I could have did this different, or maybe I could have coached this person different. Like I understand, like you can't coach
Yeah,
everybody the same way.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I guess I've never actually like talked about this publicly, but I did a lot of like coaching programs. So there was I honestly like spent a lot of money on like programs to become like a better coach. So they teach you a lot about like sales and like how to like speak to people on calls, how to talk to them about their goals, like how to actually like form like a better relationship with the client, like little things like that. So I did this one program for like 6 months, and then I signed up with this other guy and I worked for him for 3 months, and that we did like worked a lot on like mindset and like your relationship with money and like a lot of things like that, because that's like a huge like there's so many aspects of coaching, but I think a lot of people also have like a super negative relationship with money. So
Mm-hmm.
they're like, oh, like I'm not worthy of somebody paying me this, like, or just like little things like that. So I was very intentional about a lot of that stuff for like the first year and a half, and it helped me a lot. Like I wouldn't change anything for sure.
You got anything for me?
Any tips for you?
Oh no, any questions are.
No,
Oh.
I was gonna say no. I got no tips for you. You got to give me the tips. Yeah, I was gonna ask you about the combo, but I figured like you form your combos the same as me, so that was kind of funny.
Yeah, I like literally exactly the same. One or two, three moves before it's like I'm on autopilot, do the move.
Yeah,
Afterwards, autopilot, hand clap, walk off.
I actually do have a question for you. And I posted this on like Instagram threads the other day because this is still to this day, 3 years later, something that I struggle with is like balancing everything I want to do. Like I want to do heavy rope stuff, but I also want to work on releases, but I also want to freestyle, but I also want to do footwork. And like, how do you like give me like a week in the life of like
Um,
Larry's jump rope sessions? Like, how do you manage all of that?
so with me, some a lot of time because I'm I'm versatile with like picking
Yeah,
up a rope and using it for what it meant to be used for. Um, it depends. Sometimes it just depends on how I feel. Like there'll be
yeah,
time like I just wanted to use the heavy rope. So like the any interchangeable ropes, like you change the ropes from the handle. I know that I can't do much freestyle and much combo, which okay, that's good. So now I'm just gonna go into like a workout with it, double unders, running crossovers, um, just running single unders and body weight or dumbbells, kettlebells. So I kind of form that around that. With like the heavy PVC rope, then like I can do it as a worker as far as like real fast running crossovers or like double under crossover, which they're gonna give me a mega shoulder burn. So
oh yeah,
I kind of think about that and okay, so running crossovers, I'm gonna get a shoulder burn. So I'm construct this as a shoulder workout or like
yeah,
a
yeah,
upper back workout. Either with like I do front squats in the gym, front squats at the gym. So with that, I mix in like heavy double unders because that's work your upper back.
oh yeah.
And
That's a death combo.
yeah, and so the front squats give you a good upper back stimulus too. So I kind of like piece those together.
That's cool.
Um, as far as
Cause
like
like you're so similar to me, where like you work on releases, footwork, doubles, heavy rope. So like that's why I was curious to hear how you balance it.
yeah, it just like depends on how I feel. And then if it's like with the beaded rope, and then you got toes and Krugers, elephants, like that right there kind of helped me
Yeah, now
with
you lost me.
mobility. Oh, I'm sorry. Any leg crosses with the beaded rope. Any leg crosses with the beaded rope, that's like leg mobility or hip
Yeah,
mobility. So maybe like before I go outside to practice those, I'm inside like doing like dynamic stretches with my legs, hip
that's really good.
stretches, kind of hip hinge. I try to hip hinge and try to touch my toes, just trying to get
Yeah,
my leg loosened up for those. Cause doing toes sometimes are taxing on your leg and on your hip, especially
yeah,
when you're doing it on one side. So that's that. And then like the speed rope, everybody know we just want to move fast.
yeah,
Crossovers, double
yeah,
unders, combinations, double under crossovers. So
yeah,
that's how I kind of structured that. But as far as like mixing workouts, then my workouts is always with my heavy ropes because I would just love the feel of the heavy rope since my
yeah,
beginning. So that's how I
yeah.
kind of structured it.
What would you say are like maybe one or two of the biggest reasons people should be using a heavy rope? Because a lot of people don't understand the benefits of them. So like, what would you say to
That's
somebody that's
crazy
like,
because I thought about doing a video for that.
you should?
I am so, and I might just go more than two. For number one, um, you definitely gonna it definitely teach you how to activate the right muscles in your body to
Hmm.
control that rope. So you're not really going to be using a lot of wrists. You're going to be using a
Yeah,
lot of forearms. You're going to use your lats, your upper back,
yeah,
your core. Um, definitely your legs because it's a thicker rope. You're going to have to jump a little higher.
yeah.
Um, number two, it definitely you won't build muscles. You'll build endurance, but you will feel toned. So it will help you tone. Tone your muscles as per se.
Oh yeah.
Um, and this third one, a funny one. So if you got new trainers, if you got new trainers and you want to break them in real quick, use a heavy
Facts.
rope.
Facts.
Use a heavy rope because you're gonna have to bound a little more to
Yeah.
get under that rope or get on top of the rope or get the rope
That's
under you than it is a speed rope.
that's so
So
good. That's like those are really good specific points that a lot of people don't talk about or even
yeah.
like will really think about. Yeah, that's true. But honestly, like I always tell people, heavy ropes are the number one thing that got me good at double unders. And people are always so surprised when I say that, but in every way, like it's the strength, it's the endurance, it's the wrist strength and the wrist speed that you develop. Like
Mm-hmm.
I would not be where I am without heavy ropes for sure. You can make a lot of progress just like really whipping that PVC around, but once you like pair it with a heavy rope, it takes your game to the next level.
Oh man. And you'll feel it afterwards too though.
Oh,
I still do. Like I still
oh,
really feel it afterwards.
yeah,
Um and the progression you can get with a heavy rope, like you could do 50 double unders with a speed rope, and sometimes it's no problem. But when you do 50 double unders with a heavy rope, it's
no,
like,
it's
and
so
you just,
humbling.
yeah, like you start feeling it at 40, but when you get to 50, you be like, oh man, like I wonder if I could do it again, but I'm kind of burnt out, so I'm gonna leave it alone.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's a whole different type of feel. Yeah, we gotta. I've been cooking up some heavy rope workouts, so we gotta start doing those again. That's one of my favorite things about the community is like when me, you, Katie, when we kind of get that momentum going and we're like doing the workouts and stuff like that. Like I personally love that.
Yeah, the torture games, that's
The
what I
torture
call
games, the torture.
it.
No, Katie's crazy. I thought I was crazy, and then Katie started posting workouts, and I was like, I like, were you even my client? Like, you're coaching me now. Like, what's going on?
That's crazy that like since you mentioned that, like you produce like two rush athletic athletes from your coaching. Like
That
that should be like at the top of your resume right there.
it's so crazy to think about because like there's so many things I am learning from them now. You know what I mean?
Right.
But well, yeah. Shout out to Katie and Gemma. Like, I'm especially Gemma lately. In my opinion, she's been like stepping it up a notch with like her double under combos and stuff like that. It's crazy to think about like where they started and like where they are now.
And it's crazy. Like we was fortunate enough to watch like they beginnings.
Yeah.
And you know what? I thought about this a lot too. Like it's I do. That's one thing I do enjoy is watching somebody beginning and just watch them progress all the way through. Like
So cool.
I get a kick out of it.
So cool. So cool. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's one thing to like see your own progress and stuff like that, but it's just cooler in my opinion when you see like your friends or like other people kind of progressing. I don't know. It's a crazy feeling.
Do you speaking of progress, do you ever it's besides looking at yourself on the videos, like can you mentally like think about like how you progress, like how you got as good as you are now? Like I try to think about it mentally and I can't pinpoint like the
Yeah.
actual moment
Yeah.
where I was like intermediate to advanced. Like I can't.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a question back to that question too because this is this is something I think so much about like and I always wonder if everyone else feels this way, but like I said, I was like I obviously deleted a lot of my posts for those people that follow me, and then I brought some back. As I brought some back the other week, I was looking at my old posts, and I was like, even from last year, I was like, oh, you're so bad, you know? And
Right.
it's like, and even right now, it's like, I feel like, you know, I'm pretty good. I definitely feel like I have a lot more in me, but it's like I wonder if in a year from now I'm also gonna look back and be like, dude, you're so bad. I'm like, do other people feel like that? Are we always gonna feel like that?
I think we is because we like very competitive with ourselves and us being like self-critical. Like I do that too. Like I look at stuff from last year and I be like, man, my knees is like hella bent. Or
Yes, that one. That one. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I do that. And then sometimes I just like, let me see if I can go outside and like trying to straighten my leg a little better. So I nitpick like that, but
Okay. I want to actually stop and talk about that for a second. I was talking to one of my clients about this the other day. People don't realize that like smooth double unders and double under combos, it's all about your legs. Like look at how many people that can do double under combos and it's impressive because they're doing it so sloppy, but
right,
like it doesn't really look that nice and it's only because their knees are bending like crazy. Like to have super smooth combos, like your legs should be almost perfectly straight. So that's something like I'm super hard on my clients with. And like straighten your legs, toes down. Like you shouldn't ever be able to see the underneath your shoe
you
at all. That's what I tell people. You're like it
right.
should be facing the back all the time. So that's like something that people don't think a lot about, but that would be my number one like double under tip is to focus more on your legs and like that bounding movement.
Oh yeah, most definitely, because you lose a lot of energy
Oh
when
yeah,
you like when you flex hard like that, and now
yeah,
you gotta land, and you landed you not realizing, but you landing pretty hard, and that's taking a lot of energy out of you. So you
yeah.
kind of missing out on at least like 20 more double unders just by like jumping the way.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, 100%. Sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say I was gonna ask you another question. Now I got
No,
all
yeah,
these
yeah,
questions
no.
for you.
I was gonna ask you because you said you had another question, so I wanted you to shoot.
This was something I was gonna ask you earlier, and then I forgot. Do you have any like specific moves right now that you're like thinking a lot about or focusing a lot about? I mean, I feel like from like an outside perspective, it's like, man, I feel like he can do it all. So then you wonder, like, there's got to be specific moves he's also working towards.
Yes, but it's not a double under move. It's oh my god, how can I explain it?
Is it a type of freaking leg cross, mic release, one of your crazy concoctions?
Yes, so it's
I knew it.
so it's like a what is it called? It's like a it's called a EB leg over, So it's like you go do oh man. So anyway, so I like you do a regular EB. So but as the rope coming around to the front, the hand that's in front of you that's in the cross position, you move it to under the same leg on the
Oh.
same side under you.
Oh.
So it kind of go from an EB to a leg over. But so the tricky part is since I got this backhand back here, now I want to do like a EB dive. So now the rope is on this side.
Oh.
So now since the rope is under my leg, under the same leg, I'm trying to get it from under me and do like an EB dive. It's annoying.
Yeah, I'll pass. I'll let you take care of that one. when you when you edit this video and post it, you should put like a little clip right here of like you doing it. That would be cool. Be like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, okay. But yeah, that's probably like the only freestyle move that I'm kind of currently working on. Other than that, it's just me, man, just doing like functional body weight exercises, heavy rope, sandbags, slam ball, barbell stuff.
Yeah, this guy's been training for war lately. I see your stories and I'm like, yo, what is going on in that head?
I got issues.
Hey, that's why we're such good friends.
I got issues. What about yourself?
Oh, me and the TJ are really we're not having a good time together. I'll try really hard for like 3-4 days and then
Mm,
my legs are destroyed and then I'll let it go for like a week or two. But yeah, that's on my agenda today was to try again.
yeah,
So
no.
I know I can get it. Like I know I can get it. I'm pretty comfortable with like the toe double. I just gotta freaking get that entry from the side.
Yeah, I as much as high as I jump, I still can't not do that.
What? You've gotten it.
But I can't get it like in a combo and keep
Oh,
going.
okay.
So I just have to like stand there and just like do it. But as far as like getting it in a combination, it's not happening for me.
Okay. So like even when you do it, you still have to like focus a lot, like think a lot about going into it.
Well, it's the exit part because I think
Oh,
like
okay.
I can get the swing and I get the cross, but the exit,
Oh,
I
okay.
tend to like s- instead of like rotating my hand out, I kind of just like shoot my hand out, and that's how I always catch my back leg. And I know
Oh,
that
okay.
I'm doing it. It just I can't correct myself
Yes.
from not doing it.
That's the frustrating thing is when you know exactly where you're going wrong. Like for me, it's that front or the back leg. Like I'm not able to get like the split. So like
Right.
my back leg is kind of getting in the way, and it's like I know it, and then every time I try and I watch the video back, I'm still doing it, and it's like so frustrating.
Yeah, I leave that for the pros.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But that one and the frog, like I would love to unlock both of those. I think that
I'm
would
s-
be crazy
I'm
to be able
scared
to
of
do
that.
those.
I'm scared of that.
You're
Push
scared of
ups,
that? Come
push
on.
ups, the push ups variations. I do all that. I do the crazy push up variation, but the frog,
You're like, nah, I'm not gonna go upside
mm-mm,
down.
mm-mm.
You be doing like those you do like the wall handstand push-ups and stuff though, right? Or am I tripping?
No, yes.
Yeah, you do
Which
that.
I yeah, which okay, you gave me homework for
Right?
tonight. Yeah. Yeah, I done that, but that's like because I feel safe because I'm near a wall and I can
Okay.
like roll out of that. But we talking about mid air. Telling my arms to cave in on me and I'm just face
That's,
first. Yeah, nah.
yeah, it's scary. It's scary.
Mm-mm.
What else you got? What else you got?
Let's see what else we got. I don't know. I think we okay. So here's one thing. You post on your story, and I think you went on a little rant, and you talked up. And I kind of feel this way a little bit. You know
No, no,
how
no, no. We should talk about it. Yeah,
like
yeah, we should talk.
how like sometimes jump rope is sexualized.
Yeah. So okay. There's a lot I could say, but I will say because you and I were talking like a bit about this like off camera. I think, so, yeah. I think definitely lately I maybe like haven't been focusing just like fully like on myself and my page and stuff like that. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
you can just get caught up in like what other people are doing and posting and what you think like gets the views and the likes and stuff like
And
that.
engagement, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like at the end of the day, like the internet is kind of inherently this way. Like people subconsciously like, you know, I don't know, like everyone wants to like, feel liked and feel like, they look good and this and that, and there's nothing necessarily wrong with it. Even if you look at the fitness industry on like social media, like that's like way far gone in like my opinion, with
Right.
like a lot of like these girls that are like fitness influencers and stuff like that. I definitely wouldn't say like jump rope is at that point, but I think like it's just so different than it was a couple years ago. Like there's like a lot of people where like their posts today are like the exact same, I guess, as they were, and I feel like there is a lot of people that have maybe like changed a little bit. I don't want to necessarily say it's negative. I think everything's just different than it
Right.
was. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even with the guys too. Like
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
like I like with me personally, like I ain't gonna say that I'm uncomfortable like taking my shirt off and doing a video. It just I don't they're just not my thing, you
Like
know.
it's like if you all of a sudden started like posting all your videos without a shirt, everyone would be like, cause like it's just not been
It'll be
like,
yeah, it'll be weird. Like now you work now. What's wrong with you,
yeah.
Larry? Like you taking your shirt off now?
Larry, like put the muscles away. Come
No,
on,
put
man. Like we don't.
the
No, but it's like, yeah, I think it's, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes, like, and I told this to you, like, sometimes I get too emotionally involved in like certain things, and it's like, I just need to worry about myself. It doesn't really matter what like other people are doing. If you're like happy with what you're doing and like what you're putting out, then that's all that should really matter. And like, I am super grateful for like my followers and stuff like that because I feel like I
right.
have such a like good connection with them. So yeah, I'm not always. Sometimes I go on my rants. I'm not always like proud of it afterwards, but it is what it is. It happens.
I mean, you really not offending anybody, and sometimes you do have to get it out to listen to yourself and how you, and you be like, man, I made sense, but did I really needed to like put that out there? You
No,
know?
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, almost every time I like go on a rant or I put something out there, a couple days later I'll be like, did you really need to like say all that? But like the people that follow me, they know like I'm not perfect,
Right.
and I just wear my heart on my sleeve, and sometimes I go off even when it's like uncalled for. So it's definitely something I'm like working on for sure.
I think one thing, and I'm gonna include myself in this too. So I think the one thing us in this community should do more of is reaching out.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
like, and there have been time like there are other people reached out about like engagement and how they feel like they putting all this work into their routines and not getting like the certain amount of likes that they should have based on the amount of followers they have. And I have like, what I'm saying, I jumped out there like, hey, don't worry about it, man. Your true people, what I'm saying, the true
yeah.
people is the one that count.
Oh
So
yeah,
as I say that, like me myself, I need to start putting myself out there so somebody can reach out to
yeah,
me to like
yes.
bring me back down. Cause a lot of time when I be having issues, it takes me a long time to even myself out because it'll bug me so much and I won't say anything.
You and
Or
I
a
are, yeah,
select yeah, or a selective few, you know what I'm saying? But it I take too long to level myself out.
yeah.
And
You and I are very similar, and I think like it's funny. I was gonna say this at the beginning too, because obviously people only know so much from like what they see on social media. Like I don't even think people realize like how tight you and I are, and it's funny because I don't know if I ever told you this, but I've gotten so many like DMs. People are like, "Wow, Larry hasn't asked you to be on his podcast. Like that's crazy. I thought you guys were friends." I'm like, "No, no, no.
what?
Like no." I'm like, "No, no, no. Don't get it twisted." I was like, "Larry is literally my brother." I was like,
Yeah.
"Don't worry. We've
No,
already
yeah,
talked about it."
yeah, I got that too.
Yeah. So it's just I thought that was a really funny point to bring up because like like you, like even when every time I've went off social media, like you and Kathy and like honestly Jump Rope T or like the only few people I like kept in touch with like on like iMessage and stuff like that, and like you and I have always like had like this weird telepathy, like literally when I'm going through it, you'll text me and be like, "What's up, sis?" And I'm like, "Dang, like how do you know?" I'm like, "How do you know?" But that's yeah, that's something I like really value, and like I always kind of know like when you're feeling like the same way too. It's important, like it helps to have even just a few of those connections, you know, so you don't feel so alone.
That is the problem. Big problem. A lot is like we feel alone. So it's crazy. Like I do be feeling like sometimes like even like whatever you post, or even like sometimes like you'll post repost something somebody else like
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm like, let me. Oh, okay. So
It's so
yeah,
yeah, no, it's so funny. I always think like, oh yeah, I'm so mysterious. People don't know, but it's like people always usually know, even if they're not close to me. Even if they just follow me, they usually know. Like, all right, there she goes again, going through it.
well, I mean that definitely let you know that you made a big impact. You know what I'm saying on people for them to like know you just a little bit to know if something off with you. You know what I'm saying? Like you have put yourself and you involve yourself with people to a point where they realize like
Yeah,
Mona not feeling well or
yeah.
you
Well,
know
like honestly,
someone on my
I always wanted my page to like come off like that. Like my intention with my page was I wanted to show people you can be struggling like so hard in life, but you can still be really freaking good at jump rope, or you can still get in shape. You can
right.
still like I wanted to show that there's beauty in the struggle. You're still capable of achieving things even when like you're super depressed or anxious or something bad happens in your life if you're sick. So it's like that's the main message that I always want to get across with my page. I hope it comes off like that.
I need to do more of that. Cause I know like a lot of time people be like, how you make it so easy, look so
Yeah.
easy. And I'm telling them like it's never easy. But and also like sometimes I feel like it's not good enough.
Yeah.
And I probably like in that mode where it's like, yeah, I'm not just feeling this at the moment. Or
Mhm.
if I'm like going dormant for like a week or so, then it's like, dang, where you been? I mean, I just wasn't feeling it at the moment.
Yeah. And like you know yourself, right? Like you don't if you are feeling those ways, you don't necessarily have to like go on your story and maybe like post stuff like I do or whatever. Like everyone like deals with kind of those periods differently, but yeah, it is funny because like I know you like offline, so I feel like I actually kind of like know a lot more about your personality. But like to a random person that follows you, they might just think, "Dang, this guy's just living, you know, squatting 500 pounds, doing PS
Right.
like process stuff like that." Yeah, so it's like it's all an illusion, social
Yeah,
media.
no, the kid got issues.
Yeah,
The kid
you
got issues.
you
I'm
heard it
working
here
through
first. Yeah,
it.
but that's why I love that you're doing this because like the real ones are going to be watching and like that's what this stuff is for. It is really hard to show your personality on like 20-second reels and stuff like that if you're not like
Right.
talking. So I mean that's why I love YouTube because you can actually show those parts of you, you know.
Um, I can honestly say, and I never thought about this in the beginning before I started this podcast. Like this have like opened me up a lot.
I love
Like
that.
this kind of helped me grow, and I said this with Mona in our previous episode. Like
Yeah.
this podcast really just helped me grow as a person and just open up a little bit and just talk about things that I probably
Yeah.
won't talk
Yeah.
about in Instagram or something like that because it's just
Yeah.
not long enough.
Exactly. Yeah, and like I mean that's the beauty of like having different connections with people. Like a lot of the times you end up like saying things like you said without even really like realizing it because it's just like a natural flow of the conversation. That's why like I love podcasts and stuff like that because it shows different like sides of people.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
So
I love that.
are you getting back? Are you going to get back into YouTube?
Yes.
It's a slow process.
It's, you know how it is. We talk about this all the time. Like, I was rolling for a while. I was doing like 2 videos a week. I was feeling good, but once you stop, it's like, how can I start again? It's so hard.
It
Everything's
is.
everything in life is about momentum. I'll always stand by that. Like, if you have momentum, it's so easy to keep going. Once you stop, it's hard to get yourself back up again.
Just like going to the gym or just working out or
Yeah,
something, like you could just be on the roll and just 2 or 3 days just without it, just like, oh man. And you want to pick up where you left off, like you want to pick up strong where you left off strong. But
yeah,
I try, it don't work like that. And I just
yeah,
have to, even like with this, like when I moved from my old place to here,
yeah.
it just took me a while mentally to get back to
Oh
try
yeah.
to be a little bit more consistent on here.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. You've been motivating me a lot lately though, because you got like your groove back with like the podcast and YouTube and stuff like that. So hopefully you can keep going with it. But yeah, I really want to get back into it within the next couple weeks. Like, it's actually, even before jump rope, I've always wanted to be a YouTuber. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's always been like a dream of mine. Probably just because I love to talk and
Right.
like I don't know. So I really do want to get back to it for sure. I just got to focus on that one first video, and then I know after that first video I'll be good.
It took a lot of persuasion from the right people.
Yeah.
And those people are like the ones that are close to me, not just like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so.
100%.
For those who listening, man, thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah. Honestly, like, people don't even realize like what just like a single like, or even commenting like a freaking smiley face or something. Like, people that do YouTube know like it's so hard. Like, you spend so much time filming, editing, like doing like the thumbnail stuff like that. So yeah, if you're watching this, make sure you freaking like it. Support Larry. Support the boy. Because a lot of work goes into it.
Oh, we definitely got a part two coming up. We
I
definitely
know.
got a part two coming up.
I feel like we barely talked about anything, so we definitely gotta do a part two.
Yeah. All right. Do you got any closing statement for us in the community?
Um, I think I just want to say like one last thing. I mean, definitely, if you've been following me, I feel like the last year, especially, I feel like I haven't really been like the Munna Skips that people know. I haven't been necessarily like happy with myself, like the way I've been and things I've been doing and all of that. And I feel like the last like few weeks I've had this like weird epiphany and like change in my mindset, and I feel like I'm finally able to kind of get back to like that person I was. So yeah, I don't know why I felt like I just wanted to say that, because I feel like, yeah, I want to bring like a more like positive, like motivating like presence on my page. So yeah, I think I'm excited to start doing that again.
Basically, she's saying she's human, just like everybody else that goes through things like everybody else,
I
and
appreciate
um,
that.
and it's okay. It's definitely okay to be that way, as long as you
Yeah,
shake back.
100%. Yeah, I appreciate that. But this was so nice. This was so fun, just vibing with you and talking, and we got to do it again.
For sure, for sure. Um, hopefully, well, that's gonna be on the back burner. But people, people, there you have it. You got the awesome Mona Skips. Um, yeah,
Thank
just make sure a part two coming soon. Stay tuned, like, subscribe, drop a comment below, show Mona some love, show her all the love. Don't give me none, just show her all the love. And just stay tuned, man. We got more guests coming. Um, yeah. So, peace.
Peace. Thanks, Larry.